question, she's good in the movie. And also, I guess her whole reputation grew out of My Cousin Vinny, right? Like, she did the movie, she wins the Oscar, and then I don't know what other stuff that she did that was like also at that level. I know she's done like indie movies and stuff like that, but I don't know. Just rewatching that movie, I was like, she's killing this
Oh, she
performance.
was in The Wrestler.
She's great in The Wrestler. I think like the acting that she does in The Wrestler, even though she's not like in that movie a lot, she's definitely in My Cousin Vinny a lot more. She's acting more in The Wrestler than she is in My Cousin Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know. I'm assuming like affecting a Long Island accent or Italian accent.
Well, she's from like Queens or something.
Yeah, that's
So maybe
my
like,
assumption.
yeah, drawing from her. That's why it was so authentic, you know. She
Yeah,
also played Aunt May in the new Spider-Man movies, but like a young Aunt
like
May,
hot Aunt May.
like a hot.
Wait, does she date Dennis Leary in those Spider-Mans?
No, that's the other Spider-Mans, but she dates Jon Favreau in the
Oh
Tom
yeah, that's
Holland
right.
ones.
Yeah, I like those, but because I think that's my whole issue with that is she maybe she's pulling from like real life experience, so maybe there's less acting there and more just kind of like I don't know performing or being comfortable with herself.
Well, do we
And
think Joe Pesci is a good actor? Because he kind of just does the same thing always.
I would have to say that you're
I think she
right.
has more range. Yeah.
I agree. I
Same with
definitely
Al
think
Pacino. Like maybe we talked about this. Is
we
Al
did talk
Pacino a
about this.
good? Yeah, I don't know. So I still
I,
don't know if he's a good actor or not.
I think Al Pacino. The debate that we had was Al Pacino versus Robert De Niro, and I contended that Al Pacino is a better actor because he has more range, or has at least showcased more range than
Hmm.
Robert De Niro. And I think Pesci is the same. And you could call it like genre actors, like actors who are in like westerns or comedies or whatever. They have like a specific genre, and that is their lane. And maybe that range within that range is not within that lane is not very wide, so they're kind of always acting and performing characters who are like the same thing.
Hmm.
And I feel like Marissa Tomei is clearly like a good actress because she's done other roles that aren't, My Cousin Vinny, like, you know she's done
Right.
like dramatic, she's done like comedy, she's done a little bit of everything to like kind of shed the skin of being like, oh, you're just like you can play a stereotypical like Long Island Italian like woman or something like that. Um, but so you remember the movie Dreamgirls?
Yeah.
Um, uh, Jennifer Hudson won an Oscar for that movie, and I was just like, she won an Oscar for being really good at singing, which she already is really good at singing. And there's acting obviously in it,
Right.
but like what makes to me it's just like Anne Hathaway won an Oscar because of Les Mis, but she's not known as a singer, but she sings really well in that movie. So you're like, damn, she's acting the fuck out of this role because she's not a singer, and look at her sing. Whereas Jennifer
Joaquin
Hudson is
Phoenix in Walk the Line also,
exactly same
and
thing,
Reese Witherspoon. Yeah.
exactly. And I think like to,
More
to
singing in movies.
well,
That'll
if
get you a nom.
100%. You can look at most of those. The noms will be singing. If you're in a musical role, Star is Born, right? Did they get a nom? They got some noms.
Oh yeah.
If you sing in a movie, if you're portraying a famous figure, um,
Right. Biopic is
generally,
definitely, yeah.
yeah, generally a biopic will get you there. Um, I'm trying to think of what are the other things as an actor you could do to get a nom. And I think the other
Like
stuff that,
something where you lose or gain weight.
yeah, a body
Like a
transformation.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know if Christian Bale had gotten a nom for like that movie where he lost a ton of weight.
The
The
Machinist, but
Machinist.
also The Fighter. I think he got nominated for The Fighter
You're right.
for like best supporting actor.
yeah, that
What if you like? Do you think anybody's like ever found out that they were a supporting actor by getting the nom-
they're
You're
like,
like,
oh, wait a minute.
I thought this was like a two-hander. I thought this we were double billed. You know, it
No,
was like Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg both
right.
starring in this. I guess I'm
Yeah, that's
supporting.
yeah. I guess technically, maybe I know some movies they'll actively like be like, all right, Mark and I are in this movie together, but we know that if even though we're both co-leads, if I go as a supporting actor, I would have a better chance of winning than if I went up against other like lead actors.
Hmm.
So because the nominations are all dependent on how you apply to the academy. So if you apply as
Oh,
a supporting role, then that's what you potentially get nominated under. So it's all politics, baby.
yeah, totally. You got to get all those old white men to vote for you somehow.
Yeah.
That's
And
all it is, convincing them.
convincing them. And speaking of old white men, actually, this will come out the day after election day.
Hmm.
Remember yesterday when the election happened, Mark?
Yeah, we still don't know,
We still don't know. I mean,
right? Because
that's
we won't. Yeah, we won't know.
yeah. I mean, I think they've counted a ton of votes already beforehand. I'm
But there are
curious
a
to.
bunch of states where they can't until
Yes,
tomorrow
that's
or
true.
yesterday.
Yesterday,
Yesterday, I'm talking about yesterday.
it is going to be kind of a wild day. Um,
I don't know what to do.
yeah, I went and got groceries today, and I'm just like, I'm prepared to hunker down if I need to, just to kind of like
In case
stay in
there's a
my space.
war.
Bro, who the fuck knows right now? There could
Oh,
be
I think there's going to
a
be
war.
violence either way.
Yeah, I think unfortunately there seems to be like
You
a
see
sort
people
of
running each other off the road.
yeah, that shit is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some Mad Max stuff for sure. Where it's just like, all right, because you see, like that is the kind of dumb thing about like Trump supporters is that like they're very distinguishable. Like you just can kind of spot them a mile away. The red hat doesn't help them kind of like blend into a crowd very well, but also you see them as far as vehicles go, like a lot of them have the same kind of truck. It's
F
kind of a
one
lifted
fifty.
truck. Yeah, an
Yeah.
F-150 is lifted. It's got the mufflers like in the truck bed, like not under the car, but like right behind the cab window, and it's just
Hmm.
like shooting right up to like it's a semi.
A
Um,
decal on the yeah, definitely a diesel truck, but and then also like a decal on the back window.
yeah, it's either got like
The Punisher or
oh, Punishers for sure on it. There's maybe like nine on the line, or a Calvin pissing on, you name it, a Democrat.
hmm
Uh, you would definitely have some of them have like the joke ones where it's just like um, uh, gas, cash, or ass in order to drive. Like in order to be a passenger in this car, you need to give me gas, cash, or ass. Or if the cars are rocking, don't come a knocking. Um, oh yeah, there was one I actually saw in North Dakota. This is I think last year or so. I was driving and we were coming to a stop, and the car was like, uh, "If you're gonna get this close behind me, at least pull my hair." And I was just like reading it. I was just like, "What the fuck?" It's
I think
the
my favorite bumper sticker is "How's my driving? 1-800 eat shit." Something like that.
it's
That's
like got
like
ya.
yeah, the ultimate parody
The
bumper sticker.
switcheroo, the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when I have a car and I have like stickers, from like skating or other stuff, I'll just put on there that I think look cool. But the message bumper stickers or just like decals are I it's tough I have like a hard time just kind of understanding people who have the decals where it's like a message. The most insane to me is like the in loving memory of dad, and it's just like a huge cross, and then the day he died on your like back windshield, and I'm just like,
I've never seen that.
oh no, they're out there. Like there's a lot of that. I mean, I guess that falls into the realm of tattoos as well, where you just kind of see it and you're just like, whoa, where do
Hmm.
we start here?
They used to have, like, in high school. I remember seeing all my child is an honor student.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, where's the fire?
the trucks are coming. They've been going heavy the past week or two.
Hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a fire. It might just be like an ambulance.
For
Uh,
fun.
well, the fire department's usually like, I mean, they're first responders, Mark. I don't know if you knew this, but they're usually the first to respond to 911 calls because they're
Yeah,
everywhere.
I guess.
Uh, Sorry, what were you saying? You were saying about before you were rudely interrupted by Jersey City's
Oh,
finest.
Jersey, yeah. Jersey's finest.
Jersey's
Well,
finest.
okay, all right. I don't know what I was saying. I was talking about bumper sticker.
Decals.
Oh, the honor student. My
Honor
child is
student.
an honor student. Yeah.
Did your parents ever have bumper stickers or decals on their
No,
car?
but I think my father mentioned it, like, when
Yeah.
we were driving behind somebody else who had, like, the honor student thing. I was like, I could get one of those. And he was like, oh, you're going to get better grade. And I was like, no, I know where they keep them in the office. Like, I can steal one of those if you really want the bumpers.
I'm not gonna do better in school, but I can show you how I'm not doing good in school by showing you by just stealing the stickers
Yeah,
or just
I can
buying
show
the
you
stickers.
how there are ways to cheat the system and still get what you want.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I I don't think no, I don't think my parents ever had like one that was based on like us, like me and my brother, where it was like, parent of s- a honor roll student or something like that. They just had like, you know, stuff from Eritrea or soccer stickers, but that was about it.
Hmm.
Pretty basic, but it is also a good way to identify your vehicle. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah,
Maybe there is a fire. Should I?
those are fire trucks. I know. I was a junior firefighter, and I know the distinction of a fire truck and ambulance and
We got ladder 2, ladder
police car.
4, and ladder 8
Oh, well, I can't
responding.
tell you that. Oh, you're looking into.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right
What if I could tell you if it was a hook and ladder or a hose truck?
now. That would be very odd if you
Yeah, I
knew
don't
that
think they have
specific.
different.
Yeah, different sirens. The hook and ladder is the one that is like there's someone in the like little treehouse in the back that's turning the car, right? Or is that
It depends on the truck, like if the truck is big enough. But I think that's all. I mean, the biggest way to tell which is the hose has a hose.
wait, hold on. Wait, the hose has a hose?
The hose fire trucks, like the hose department or whatever you call it,
Right.
those trucks have hoses on them.
I thought they all have hoses on them.
No, the hook and ladder just has a hook and ladder.
Oh. But they don't have an attachment that goes into a hydrant?
I don't know. I don't know in depth that much. But when I was a junior firefighter, there were those two different.
So wait, you literally were a junior firefighter?
Yeah.
What what age? What age are you allowed to become a junior firefighter?
I think like 13 or something.
Right. And was it
Maybe
just
around there,
like a
12
Boy
or
Scout
13.
thing where you're just like, oh, this is something fun I can kind of do, or is it like an
Sort of.
ROTC kind of like I want to potentially do something like this?
No, it's more of the Boy Scout thing. I mean, we got certified like CPR, so there were stuff like that where it was
Right.
like you learn. And I think yeah, a couple of those kids went on to become firefighters, but I didn't. We got to go up in like the cherry picker, and we got to um, like reel back up the hose and spray the hose also.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get to put out like a fake fire, like in like an abandoned building?
No, not a fire, but we would do like drills where we would crawl in. Like they did have like a test house that they used where there was a
Right.
maze, and you would have a blacked out mask, so it was just like a spray painted mask,
Jesus.
and you would have to crawl. We would do that actually in the headquarters. There was like a big conference room, and we'd do that, and you have to like rescue somebody, and so there would be somebody who was like playing a body, and you would have to like grab them and bring that while having the blacked out mask
Right.
that you couldn't see. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's
That's
fun stuff like that.
yeah, fun stuff like that. Just and is there an actual like fire going, like small controlled fire while you're doing this, or is it just
No. We were kidding.
I mean,
No,
you
it's just
say
imagine.
you say you're kids, but you literally have a blacked out mask and you're trying to find your way through a test house to save
Yeah,
a body.
I don't know. I don't think that it's a good idea.
It seems wild. I think like I guess there are programs like that that kind of just give you maybe some insight into like what it's like to do the job. And I feel like a lot of those are just like, how do I get my fucking kid out of my hair for like 3 hours? Oh, they'll just
Hmm.
send him to junior firefighter school or Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or whatever, and just be like, all right, just because that's what I thought like CCD and like those after school kind of um, like Sunday school kind of like kids congregations. I don't know what they're called. I just call them CCD, but they're, like on Wednesdays, and like religious kids would get to like hang out and I guess talk about God.
It's not hanging. It's you because I did that. It's
Oh, you did? Okay.
yeah. It's like it is Sunday school, but we just
Right.
we didn't do. I don't know how many of them are typically on Sundays, but we
Right.
did them on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
and so and that's where you would learn about what like the church, and then get communion, whatever that is called when you're able to
Right.
get communion.
So
Is
it's
that
just
when you're maybe that's when you're confirmed? I don't know. So you would like prepare
yeah,
for your confirmation, yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, it's basically like training for
Mhm.
it's your junior firefighters for God.
Yeah.
It's your junior Jesus.
You learn how to put out the fires of temptation.
I remember just being very jealous because all of my friends like on Thursday would be like, "Oh, it was so fun! Like after CCD, we got pizza," and I'm just like, "Well, you guys got to hang out, like," and they're like, "Yeah, dude, you just have to come to the church and hang out." And then I think I convinced my parents to let me go to one, and then I was just like, "Oh, this isn't gonna be fun. We're literally reading about God," and I'm like, "I don't want to do this."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of stuff that we're just like, how do
Well,
I
it's like
keep
Hebrew
my kids
school.
busy? Yeah,
Isn't that sort of the same thing? Yeah. You prepare
absolutely,
for your bar or bat mitzvah.
exactly. Yeah, and I think I just always there were a couple of kids in my junior high and then in high school who were really big into like CCD and doing that stuff, and they got into a band. Like you remember Yellow Card, I guess was really big around then.
Yeah.
I just remember one of them being really into Yellow Card, and they were very like interesting guys, um, and but like everything was very like straight edge about it. Like if you added like drugs and alcohol to any of their stories, you'd be like, oh yeah, these are just like party kids. But without drugs and alcohol, is like they're still kind of doing dumb, crazy shit. There's
Hmm.
just go to church on Wednesdays.
So they were like a Christian rock band,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like Creed.
I guess I don't know. I never listened to it because I don't like that music. But I just remember they were like really into band stuff, and they were like decent musicians from the other stuff that I had heard them play. But um, yeah, I just remember that being like such a thing. And I guess
We had a
it
guy. Yes,
depends in the area you live in too, where you grew up.
right. We had a guy in high school who played guitar for like what do you call them? I don't know, like assemblies or chapel thing. I went to a Catholic high school and we would have to do that. Like,
Right.
I don't know how often, maybe like, I don't know, once a week or once a month or something. But there was this guy who played guitar and he thought he was so cool. And we would have to sing those songs. We wouldn't have to sing, but
Right.
they would play those songs, and they're catchy songs.
Was he a cool guy with a guitar where he would, if there was like a party with a bunch of people around your age, he would be there
He
with
didn't
a
come
guitar?
to the no. He was like a youth pastor or something. He
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
one of the students. He shows up
Oh,
at a house party. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm here to play. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord."
youth pastor. Yeah, I feel like that is a whole like demographic of dudes is the guitar, and it does like that fits into many different dynamics. Like you have the youth pastor guy who's still into guitar, you have the like
Hmm.
rock and roll, Jane's Addiction type guy who's into guitar, then you have like the real nerdy guitar person who's
Like
like
the band,
building.
yeah, the band,
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're all just, I guess they're just compensating because they can
yeah. Or they
string
just
the
like
guitar.
music.
Or they just like music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm coming from a place of jealousy because I could never really figure out the guitar. I was more of a drum guy.
Mm.
I had a drum kit in high school. I bought it. I was like, I'm gonna teach myself how to play drums.
Why don't
And
you
then
just take lessons?
well, I mean, lessons are expensive.
If you
Um,
join the band at school, you get free lessons, I think, right?
yeah, I think that's true. So like
It was a requirement for us in elementary school
to do an instrument or to join the band.
to do an instrument. Well, you can't join the band if you don't do an instrument. So you had to do an instrument, yeah.
So like in our elementary school there was you could sign up to be in like, I guess it would be like the orchestra, so it would be like violin, viola, cello, bass, like those instruments like in your third or fourth grade. And then in your fifth and sixth grade you could actually sign up for like band, which is like drums and trombone and all of the like those kind of instruments. And I
Hmm.
signed up for violin, and I thought it was like pretty decent violinist, for like the 3 years that I did it. But a lot of people were just kind of like, I'm just gonna wait till I can join band, and then I can, do cymbals or do something else. But for some reason, they delayed band, like the ability to join band. Maybe because they were trying to like build up violinists in the area or something like that. I don't know.
I wish I
Um,
could play violin. That'd be pretty cool.
I
Like
feel like if you
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
I
Holmes,
did
exactly.
I did trumpet.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
I feel like the band kids had more fun than the violin and like
I
cello
didn't have
kids.
fun.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much. Well, it's there's definitely less people, and also like the people who are doing violin versus the people who are doing like trumpet. It's a different mentality because like there's something. There seems to be more sophistication with the violin crew, even though they're probably just as
And
dumb as
clarinet
everybody else.
also.
Yeah, I think that was under ban
Those
for us.
the reed instruments seem to be a
Yeah.
little like, oh, you think you're so good. Those are like the honor students are doing like clarinet.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think. I don't know.
no, I think
It
you're
seems
right.
like it.
Because I think a lot of like, especially for colleges, they expect like diversity. Like if you're not going to play sports or you're not going to do like those extracurricular, like doing an instrument, I think is like a good.
Can you get a
Uh,
scholarship for doing it? I didn't know you could
yeah, I
be in a
think if
band for get it. Yeah, I guess there are like marching bands in colleges and stuff.
yeah, if you go to music school, like at
That's the easy
Berkeley
way in.
or like does Juilliard do that or just dance?
I think they do dance and acting, so I assume they do
Yeah,
some sort of
that makes
music.
sense.
I don't know. I didn't
No,
go there.
I didn't go there either. I literally like in I was a junior in high school and like had a very strong interest in rock and roll and was listening to a lot of rock bands. Seriously, I came.
The way you say it is very cool.
I had a strong interest in rock and roll, the music genre of rock and roll, and I was like really into drums, and I wanted to play drums, so I bought a drum set. It was like a Ludwig 5 piece, and I think I was like a junior, yeah, junior in high school, and I started like teaching myself how to play drums, and then I went to college and then sold it because it's like I can't have a drum set in my dorm; it won't fit. But I still have the drum sticks, and one day I will go back to learning it. But
Yeah,
until then,
you should get an electric drum set.
yeah, I've thought about it. I know Andy, our friend Andy, has an electric set, and
I
I've
think he
seen
sold
his.
his. So
Yeah,
you could have
or
been
he
that
used
person
to.
he sold it to.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like I guess you're right. Like I could get an electric drum set. It might be a good like in between that and just buying a set, or even if it's a used set, just to kind of get a practice in. But look, it's not like we have a time right now to just be at home and like work on stuff like that. There's
Right.
a whole world going on right now. Can't can't be doing that.
Yeah, I think about that as like if I just would have started something, like not like there are things that I've done. We've obviously
Yeah,
finished things, but like a certain skill, like
yeah,
I don't know what would be. See, I can't even think of like say like sewing or something. If I took like I'd be really good by now.
yeah. That's true. I guess part of it is like most of us didn't have the foresight that this would last long enough for us to like develop a real skill. Like, I mean, I guess sewing you could probably do within a month or so, right? Learn the basics and then get
Well,
decent at it.
I meant like sewing machine,
Oh, I see.
which seems very complicated.
Yeah, I feel like it would be. There's definitely skill and
Or
stuff you
tap
have to learn.
dancing. I just completely do a 180.
But these are things you want to do, or just things you're thinking of?
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to like know how to tap dance and
Tap
just pull that
dance?
out. Somebody was supposed to teach me once, I think.
What? Let me ask you this. I want an honest answer here. When in your previous life, meaning your life up until this point, and also into your life going forward, would you ever need tap dance beyond a specific performance where you're like, I'm doing like a talent show for my family or something, and I want to do a tap dance?
Yeah.
When
No, you're right, but
it's just a
I don't
skill.
know.
You just are
Yeah.
like,
I'm
it's
sure,
cool.
like, aren't there people who do it on the street? Like, I could just do it on the street, bring like a little wooden thing, and then do like a tap off with somebody in
I
like the
mean,
subway.
you're right. You're 100% right. That is something you could do. Um, but I also feel like, don't you have like Savion Glover is probably is he the most famous
I don't
tap
know.
dancer? He's the only tap dancer that I know their name, Savion Glover. I guess like Gene Kelly
Oh,
did tap dance too, but
Dule Hill knows how to do it.
oh, does he?
Yeah, he's done it on episodes of that show,
Of
Psych.
Psych, I like Psych.
Yeah.
I,
So there you go.
yeah.
Just pull it out.
I feel like saying you can tap dance is like something that would look good on like a resume or like a what do you call it? Like on a dating profile, I'd be like, oh, also I can tap dance.
You know what? Maybe I'll put that on my like regular work resume.
Yeah. Well,
Because
and
I
you're
feel like that's something you could put on though, and nobody would ever ask you to do it. You'd be
yeah.
like, "Oh, this is an interesting person. He knows how to tap dance." But they're
Also,
never
even
going to be like,
if they do ask you, you could be like, I don't have my tap shoes on. Sorry, I
"Yeah,
can't do it. And also, there's no board for me to tap on too.
right." And you got to put like sand on it, right?
No, I think that's
Sawdust.
just no, that's just a certain type of dance, tap dance. Because
I
there's
think
like
it was that like
that's the
it
Cosby
was Fresh
Show.
Prince. Yeah, it was Cosby Show. You're right.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because that's
I
Savion Glover.
was
Savion Glover, I think is
that's the guy. Oh,
S-
okay.
Savion Glover. I think there's a couple of different episodes where they have tap dance again, which is wild to me to think that tap dance is even allowed on TV. But there's an episode
Why?
where because it's just like, what the fuck are we watching? Just people tapping their feet. I guess the whole Lord of the Dance phenomenon, it literally went over my head. I was just like, I don't understand this, why this is a thing, but people love
Oh,
the
that was
fuck out
yeah,
of
that
that.
was odd.
It was weird, but like the old school, like tap dancers, like Saving Glover, all those guys, they, I don't know, it feels more like musical, like theater to me than like dancing. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe maybe I'm a tap dance
You
phobic
hate
or
it.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, you're tap phobic.
I'm tap phobic. I mean, there's still time for you to learn it, though. I will say that.
Mm.
I mean, tap shoes. How expensive could those be?
Probably pretty expensive.
Really?
Anything that you think is going to be cheap is expensive.
Just get some like Zara shoes and like staple some like pop can like shells to the bottom of it,
Yeah,
and there you go.
yeah, you're
That's
right.
like a janky tap shoes right there.
Right. And then I work my way up, and so I do it on the street, and somebody pulls
Mhm.
up and they say, "Wow, here you go, here, kid," and they throw me some tap shoes.
Here's some tap shoes. And then there's like you're just kind of like doing it and there's no one around and everybody's just kind of walking by in the 14th Street subway station and it's
Mhm.
cold outside so you can't like leave the subway station and some guy is just like you, your rhythm is off and you're just like what? And you're just like your rhythm is off. And he's like haggard and he's got long hair and he's got like a gray like ratted coat on and you're just like what are you talking about old man I'm the new tap dancing king, you know. I know what's up. And then he just starts tapping and he shows you the way and then you it's like
Mhm.
whiplash and
This
then
is
you're
a
like
this see like this is a short film, and I could put you know what? And if I learned tap dancing, I could play that kid.
that's
Not
true,
kid, but the
the
wet
grown
behind
ass
the
adult.
ears.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's true. No, you could do
See,
that. That's
that's
your
the reason.
silver lining playbook.
Or we could just
But
find someone who knows how to tap dance,
exactly.
and I could. Well, I don't know. Or yeah, get someone to play my feet, and then I'll do the rest.
Yeah,
I'll handle it from here. You play the feet.
do a body double for the dancing, just waist
Hmm.
down. It's like I don't know if that's Mark. It looks like someone else.
And then for the nude scene, also, I'll use a body double.
Have to, because you be tap dancing while you have sex, right?
Well, that's how I start. Yeah, that's how it like really clicks because I get so happy.
Yeah, just do. Oh man, I will say that there is 100% a correlation between adults who can tap dance and those same adults having been in some sort of pageant as a child,
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, it's never. I don't think it's ever something somebody wanted to do.
Yeah.
They were forced into it.
Except for you as an adult. Although I do appreciate that because I am also someone of the mindset that like I when I got to a certain age where it's just like oh I don't know if you should like do this or you should learn this because you're too old to like learn it. I've definitely been like no if you've always had an interest in it and always wanted to do it you should definitely do it because
Hmm.
I've always wanted to play hockey. I could never afford it growing up and yeah, about like 5, 6 years ago, I started taking skating lessons and started skating and joining leagues and kind of going from there. But it was always something I wanted to do, but I was just like, why do I have to wait until I'm
Well,
old?
you're a success story. Very. That's like
Yeah,
The Secret from
yeah,
the book The Secret.
yeah, exactly.
You put it on a vision board, a mental vision board.
Yeah, you're damn right. And I was just like, I want to bust my ass as a grown ass adult. I will say there is nothing because the first skating lesson I went to it was like an adults who want to learn skating kind of like class. So it wasn't like it was like filled with like kids and I'm just like the one adult just like busting my ass off. It was full of people who were my age or older, and everybody's learning ice skating for the first time. So there's, I guess there was anxiety for me to just kind of be like, well, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of other people, not realizing that I was like, no, everybody else is in your same situation. And there is nothing funnier than seeing adults who can walk and talk normally and just can operate their body in a normal circumstance, and then you put them on ice skates. It's like children. It's just like grabbing onto each other, falling, sliding. It's hilarious.
I tell you, one of the funniest things that I've ever seen is when I was a kid, we used to go snowboarding and skiing, and my mother didn't do it. And like we took lessons or whatever. My mother was taking lessons, and she was in the class with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
She was coming down the hill, and she couldn't stop, and she plowed into a kid, and nobody was hurt, and it was one of the funniest things.
Oh my God.
Because she just.
Were you around like, their age, the kids, other kids' age, or like were you older?
I think they were all ages, yeah. But this was like a group class. Like we did private lessons with people who like worked at the mountain.
Right.
After taking like one of those classes, but that's when my mom was like, "It's not for me," and then she would just like hang out in the lodge while we would go.
Yeah, there's that. I guess you would.
But her plowing, it's one of the funniest things that I've ever seen. Yeah, just a grown woman plowing into a little kid.
And then I'm assuming just like profusely apologizing for
not
knowing how to stop as an adult. No, you're right, and I think part of it too is there's some like secondhand embarrassment of like you seeing people see you do something that you're like you don't even feel comfortable doing yourself, and that gets into your head and you're just like that. Yeah, it's not like a good recipe to kind of learn something, which is like whenever I started something like ice skating or like when I wanted to learn how to like skateboard on a ramp, like I wanted to do it when no one else was there. I wanted to be by myself so that if I fall or if I make a mistake or I do something dumb, I can just be embarrassed for myself and I don't have to worry about other people watching me. And it's dumb because it's like I'm an adult. I could beat the shit out of any of the kids at the skate park who are laughing at me. But like I feel some kind of way if I fall in a weird way and in front of them,
Yeah.
It's dumb. I shouldn't feel that way. But
I mean, I was skating and I stopped. I like started skating again like at the end of last year, and then fell weird and hurt my ankle. I don't know if I told you that, and then like sprained my ankle really bad and it still hurts. I definitely told you this.
Yeah.
But but that was like I would go out at night alone.
Yeah.
And then like skate around and get back into the swing of things. But clearly it wasn't. I'm too old to like start back up again. And I stopped because I broke my ankle when I was 16. So.
Yeah, no, like injuries for sure are a big factor. And especially if you're doing it by yourself. Like I feel like if you're doing it with friends and you're all kind of learning at the same kind of rate, you're also starting to learn skating with someone else who's also starting to learn. Like I think that helps kind of remove some of the anxiousness and the embarrassment from it, and also is there to like kind of motivate you if you do like let's say you tweak your ankle and you're like I gotta rest up. You'll at least feel a certain motivation to be like, all right, well I'm gonna like try to get better, or I'm gonna like push through this so I can like learn with my friends again. Which is harder to do as an adult, which I guess is why people just don't try to pick up new hobbies or skills like that, because it's like you either have to take a class which forces you to do it with other people who are learning, or you have to do it on your own, which can be even more, I don't know, scary or just more kind of like daunting to kind of take on.
Yeah, definitely.
But everybody should not be such a baby and
pick a hobby and
pick a fucking hobby.
Just do it.
Just do it, because what's the worst that can happen? You fall and you hurt yourself in front of a lot of kids who laugh at you, and call you names, and they don't feel bad about it because their parents are right there, and they know you can't beat the shit out of them because their parents are also there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. It's a situation all of us can relate to. Um, do you have any predictions for the election tomorrow? Or I mean yesterday?
I don't want to make any predictions.
Do you think it's going to be a nice day outside?
I don't want to. I don't want to make any predictions.
I'm trying to nail you to something here, Mark. I don't want you to flip flop after the fact.
No predictions.
No predictions. Do you have an election day or night kind of ritual or thing you want to do? Do you hang? Do you like do you go do this? You go do that?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think like Zoom with a couple of people, but I don't know how long we're gonna do that for. And it doesn't make sense to watch all night because we won't even. I don't know. But yeah, I think 4 years ago we went to. I think you were there. We went to our friend's
I
bar
wasn't
drop
there.
off. You weren't there?
No.
Ah.
I stayed home that night because I was just like, yeah.
Mhm.
I
Well,
think
we thought, yeah.
yeah.
I don't want to
You're
talk
right.
too much about it because I don't want to. It's.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen enough elections to not necessarily be like,
I feel like I've seen just the. You weren't. Were you around during like Carter? And you were.
no, but I mean, like, you can go back. You can go back to John Kerry. You could go to Al Gore. You could go
I
to like all
understand.
these
Yeah, yeah.
losses, big L's that we all took as a
But
nation.
the way you
And
said it is, I've seen so many. You said it like a grandpa.
I've seen, let me
Look,
tell you
I've
something,
seen so
Sonny.
many elections.
Let me tell you something, Sonny. As a junior firefighter, I learned early in my age that you have to, you have to take a fire as it comes. You can't plan for a fire. You just have to
Yeah,
deal with it as it comes.
do it like
Uh,
Morgan Freeman.
what's wait, what is his voice? I just watched a movie of his too. Along Came a
Was it?
Spider,
Oh,
which is a weird movie, but the
and that's what. That's not how he sounds. I don't know.
no,
I
that
can't.
that's
can't-
Forrest Gump. That's
and Andy Dufresne was a. Andy Dufresne was a penguin. He was marching, and
when I
I
was
don't
a
know.
young man, when I was a young man, we had to walk all the way across the street to go vote. And you know who I voted for? I voted for Dukakis. All right. Hopefully, when everybody hears this, not bad things happen, and we are. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Good luck. Keep your head down. Keep firing. That's what they always say. Keep your head down. Keep
Hmm.
firing. Yeah. All right. Should we get started?
Let's get started.